Okay, now let's go to how to name your channel. Before that, we actually didn't talk about the naming the channel. We talked about the creation of the channel. We talked a little bit about the about section, about topics and types, but we didn't talk about the naming of your channel, which is pretty important thing. And people are just ignoring this at first in the beginning of their channels, and then they are just regretting the naming of the channel that they do. So it is not very hard to name your channel, and it is a one-time job basically that you need to do in the very beginning of the channel. You can actually do it a bit later. Even if you have 100 subscribers and you change the name of the channel, you'll not lose a lot. But yeah, it's better to not change the name of the channels later. It's better to have the good name or the appropriate name at the very, very beginning. So there are a few rules that you need to follow. So here are some of them. No numbers in your name. Try to not use any numbers in your name. I know there are quite a lot of YouTubers who are using the numbers in their names and they're still popular. But mind that many of them have numbers that in their names that have some function or some meaning, or they created these channels way before the YouTube was even mainstream, and they just got popular in the very early days when there were not a lot of YouTube channels at the first place. So the number one rule is to not use any numbers in the channel. So why it's important is because people tend to not remember numbers very well, especially the longer numbers. So it is not very useful to have numbers in your name. You can have a number as a letter, like fives or something like that. You can have it, but it should be as short as possible. You can not have like Nixon 355. No one will remember Nixon 355. Everybody will remember just Nixon. Nobody cares about 355. So you need to try to not use numbers. Not to try. Don't use any numbers in your name. Don't use any numbers in your name. The next is to not use any special characters. No dashes, no exclamation marks, no question marks, no dots, no commas, no nothing. Special characters are not used in the speech. We're not using it in the speech. We're using it in writing. And you need to remember that people will call your name of the channel verbally. They have it in their heads. They don't have a name of your channel written in their head. They're saying this name in their head, and you are saying this name over and over on the channel as well. So having a special characters is making it a bit hard to remember, and you want your name to be as easy to remember. Third rule is to not use any silly or swear words. Even though if you are a teenager or if you're a young adult and you think that using a silly and swear words will help you to grow your channel, and it will actually grow your channel, but in the future it may backfire on you because it will be very difficult to land the brand deals or have some other monetization purposes with the silly and swear words. Don't use the silly and swear words because it will just hurt your business if you want to transform your YouTube into the business in the future. So just avoid it as much as you can. Don't use any silly or swear words in your channel name. So next rules are that real full names are fine to use, as long as they're more or less easy to remember. For example, if you have like very difficult first and last name, try to come with a shorter version of your first name and have your last name in full. It's no problem. Then just try to tell your last name like over and over again on your channel. People will just remember it how to spell it right. Because many of us who does not have Western names or the last names, it will be a bit difficult for the Westerners to use these names and last names. So it's fine to use it, but always give your viewers the information about how to spell it right and how to tell it right. And otherwise it's very fine. Plus it's easier for you to remember. That's most important. And when you use it comfortably, when you use your name comfortably, your viewers will use it comfortably as well, and that's what you want. Made up names and pseudonyms are fine as well. For example, for my intents and purposes, Nick Nixon is not my name. It's my pseudonym, and it's made up name. My name and surname is actually completely different. No, my name is like it's Nick, but it's spelled differently, and my last name is completely different. But I use this name and last name, like pseudonym in quotes, last name, because it felt right for me, because I was called this name for a really, really long time, and I'm comfortable with this name, and I used it. And it's easy to remember and easy to say, easy to tell. Nick Nixon is very easy to tell. It's spelled differently than how people usually write Nixon, but it's not difficult as well. You can do the same things. And plus, it may transform the future into your brand name. Your name and last name may not transform into your brand name, but your pseudonym may transform into your last name, into your brand name. So you want to use that. And last but not least, in the rules are 1 or 2 words are fine. So don't use more than 2 words in your name. For example, Nick Nixon is 2 words, or you can use the 2 just regular words. Or let's say, if you remember the Cynical Brit channel or Total Biscuit channel, he's unfortunately he passed away already. He was an amazing gaming critic. His name was Total Biscuit, like 2 regular words, but it's kind of silly name, but it's not that silly name. And he was a really, really big gaming reviewer. You can just go and use these 2 words for yourself, but 2 regular words. It will be a bit difficult to transform it into the brand name, but it's not that difficult. So you can use the 2 regular names and regular words as your name. It's very simple to do, and just you can use it without any problem. And remember that your name is your brand. It is your brand. It can transform into the huge thing very soon, or not soon enough, but still it can transform into a very huge name. You don't want to be embarrassed to use it. And you have to be concentrating on 2 things while you are naming your channel. You should concentrate it on longevity and simplicity. In longevity, I mean that your name should be usable both at 0 subscribers and 1 million subscribers. You should not be embarrassed to use it at any amount of subscribers you are on. You may go to 2 billion subscribers. I don't know, you may transform into something really, really big, and you don't want to be embarrassed to use it. So just concentrate on that. And another thing is simplicity. And a name should be easy to remember. It should be easy to remember, because hard to remember names, people are just tend to not remember it and just forget about it and just move on, because the competition is so big that hard to remember names are having really hard time to be remembered. So don't make this mistake. Make up your channel name that is easy and will be usable for really, really, really long time. Well, this will be it for this lecture. Let's go to the next one.